I read this story in 30 minutes, and I think it's because of the person who sent it, the story that Madam Biodun sends to me. I like to, just because it's always unique. It's always real. It's always relatable, and it's always brilliant.
The story is mainly about two individuals, Bath and Liz. Special set of people, in the sense that Bath and Liz happen to have a kind of relationship that is way beyond the normal relationship that you see every day, and they also tend to have another type of relationship. I'm talking in this words because I cannot divulge the information of the movie to you, so you'll have something to watch when it comes out. But yeah, it's mainly about Bath and Liz, and a few people here and there around them. We have the lawyer, we have the mother, who's also an important personality in the movie, and it's just about their road to, I would say, freedom, release, and all the obstacles and chronicles of their life that they just had to go through.
The story, All Shades of Wrong, is inspired by true life events. People will soon get tired of me, always inspired, but this is actually inspired by true life events. And when I heard the story, I was shocked at the depth of the evil, in the heart of man. The story is a beautiful love story, and then you realize that it has a darkness around it. It's about abuse, but not told in the regular way. It's about all sorts of abuse. It's about emotional abuse. It's about physical abuse. It's about sexual abuse. It's about the enabler. It's about the victim. It's about the predator. It's a whole lot.
It is an underlying deep theme of perversion that is almost charming, And if you're not really paying attention, you probably will start sympathizing with the abuser, and that's what made me fall in love with the story. It's a story that seems like one thing can lead to another, and you can find yourself entangled in stuff that is stranger than fiction. It is deep in a way that it can't be explained. So this story has to be read or seen to be believed.
I totally enjoy, I think, creating something from the very beginning and defining the characters. So, certain things that people will look out for, you would say that Liz had all back Didi all through, up until a certain time in her life. That was deliberate. I'm saying this now so that somebody will not go and comment and say, they cannot change their hairstyle. It was deliberate. It was deliberate to have her on Didi. The character Liz is delicate, a young girl, very delicate, and I wanted to position her like that, to look delicate. So you'll be seeing her wearing a lot of Ankara blouses and a few Ankara gowns. If you know me, I'm very Ankara, pro Ankara, but and then all back as well.
Liz is, if you ask me to simply put, Liz is a lost soul who was manipulated into becoming that person. Being the fact that she was, not literally, or would I say figuratively, growing up in like a cage where she wasn't exposed enough to know if it was right or it was wrong.
I cannot try to dress this up. I cannot try to render him in a positive light to make myself, the actor, feel good. I had to abandon myself to all of his darkness, and that's hard to do. Really, really hard to do. Especially in this part of the world, people are not used to that. People can't separate you from the characters you play. It is very hard for them. People slap you, people shove you. You beat your wife, people meet you in supermarkets and say, why did you beat her? She's not my wife, she's the character. People can't separate you. So it's at the back of your mind. You want people to know that this is not me. That's not me. That baffled me. But I couldn't step out of that. I had to stay in it. I had to be true to him for the sake of the victims, for the sake of those whose stories we might be telling, who are there watching and have experienced it for real. And we cannot lie. We have to show evil for what evil is. Even if it's cute evil, it is still evil.
The character Bath, very complicated. It's a character that you will love, and then you will hate, but you will love again. And you'll be afraid not to love, because what is there not to love about this geeky young man who can barely, who chooses his words, who's just the best boyfriend, but then it's all a mask. I'm just glad that we made a good film.
Bimbo was hunger. When someone just soaks everything and wants to give everything they've got to something. For me, that's bigger than talent. A lot of people are talented but not committed to the work they're doing. They're not focused on it. They're not abandoned to it. And that's one thing I liked about her. From the first day, she charmed me as a person who would do whatever it took to get it done. And there's no way you're not going to like that kind of person. There's no way you're not going to be feeling excited to come to work, to come and do it again, because you know you are with someone who is hungry to be true to the character they play. And she's the major character. I had 90% of all my scenes with her. So we're not many in this film. But the few we had were very, very dedicated people, especially Bimbo. I would love to work with her again.
Femi Jacobs is, I just properly met him. I'd seen him once before now. Excuse me, I just properly met him on this set. To be honest, I wasn't skeptical or, doubt. I didn't doubt if he was going to do a good job, because from the reading you could see that, oh, yes, would I say I'm in the right hands, or, So when I saw him, I was excited about the whole situation. And when we got on set, from the first action till the very end, I'm just really glad that it was him, because you feed off of your co-actor's energy. And Femi Jacobs was amazing, is like an understatement. He just made everything look so real. Sometimes I forgot that I was Bimbo, and I just started becoming Liz. And that's something that you can't do on your own.
It was very important for them to understand what I wanted to do with the characters, and so they were willing to listen, and they were also shared ideas. They had ideas with me. We talked through the first day when we had the reading was a very engaging conversation, having to, why, what, when, just discussing the character. And I like healthy conversations like that, because it helps all of us, Just because I read does not mean I know everything. So, yeah. Working with them, and then we had Bolaji Ogunmola as well. We had Ebenezer Eno as well. We had Simi Sola as well. And we had Funmi Eko. I think one of the things that stood out for me was the scene between Mama Essie and Essie, who you would get to know later in the film. It was the most emotional. I mean, if you know me, you know that if you don't cry in the film, you have not shot the film. But it's not for crying's sake. It was the most emotional scene, and I enjoyed totally, shooting. I mean, myself and my second DOP, Emmanuel, who also is my editor, will look and say, I think we've made a good film. We're like, yeah, I think we made a good film. So we can't wait to share the film with everybody.
All of the hands on set were very, very professional. And it's been amazing. It's been a good, smooth experience. It's a film that didn't stress me. I was allowed to be in my space, my character. I didn't have to worry too much.
Everybody was just, the crew members are just, it's just amazing. Like when you go to bed and you see your call time is 7 a.m. the next day, if you're tired and too lazy to get up, you just think about the people you're going to be around. And you just jump up, because I'm going to be around amazing people. Hi.
Liz, it's taking me weeks to prep for this minute. Gosh, there's so many things I rehearsed that I was gonna say to you, but none comes to mind right now. So here goes, Liz, I love you. I love you so much. And this feels like the right thing to do, you know? So please, say yes.
Oh my God. Yes, I mean...
What is it?
Are you sure?